today we're going to look at the Instant Pot method of making homemade vegan yogurt with just 2 ingredients. So easy to make, and I'm going to walk you through the process from start to finish. Let's get into it. We need 8 cups of non-dairy milk. For this yogurt, I'm using soy milk because its high protein content helps with fermentation and texture so that the yogurt sets up nicely. When choosing soy milk, be sure to get a soy milk that's just soybeans and water with no other additives. Other non-dairy milks can work as well, but may involve additional ingredients and steps. I'm going to be experimenting with these, so stay tuned. As a starter, I'm going to use a vegan yogurt that has the alive and active cultures. Doesn't have sugar and other kinds of things, just get the plain yogurt, no additional flavorings or anything. And we just need a 1/4 cup of this as a starter. Alternatively, you could use a vegan yogurt starter, which you can find online, and I'll link to that in the description below. I haven't tried those yet. I just thought it was easier to use a store-bought yogurt for my first batch. Just make sure the vegan yogurt you have does have active cultures, because that is key to the fermentation process for making your homemade yogurt. Now just mix, mix, mix. Make sure everything is fully combined. You don't need to use the Instant Pot lid on here because this yogurt setting, it's not a pressure cooker setting. It's just maintaining the perfect temperature for yogurt, which is what makes it so foolproof. And so I'm just going to use a lid that fits on top. If you put a towel on top and then the lid, it can help because there might be condensation on the lid that will get into the yogurt. So all that's left to do is hit the yogurt button here, set it to 12 hours. And now 12 hours later, you have yogurt. No boiling the milk, no thermometer needed. Seriously, no fuss. So easy. It's still soft and a bit watery. At this stage, you can transfer it to the refrigerator to chill, which will help it firm up. But to get to a Greek style thick yogurt, we're going to do one more step. Place the yogurt into a yogurt strainer if you have that, or a nut milk bag over a bowl. This lets the excess liquid, also called whey, drain out, giving you a rich, thick yogurt. Since the nut milk bag doesn't have a wide opening, I spooned the yogurt in with a large ladle to keep things neat and clean. Right away, you can see the liquid starting to drain out, even just after adding the yogurt. It didn't all fit, so I used cheesecloth as well, placing cheesecloth over a mesh strainer over a bowl. Next, cover and place in the refrigerator for 12 to 48 hours. After 12 hours, you should have a regular style yogurt consistency. Go for longer to get a Greek style yogurt. Once you get the yogurt in the refrigerator, the fermentation will stop at room temperature. It will continue to ferment, which is going to give you a tangier yogurt. It has been 48 hours since we put this into the strainer and refrigerated it, and now I have the yogurt in these. I had to do 2 because I didn't have a large enough strainer, and so I did 2. One I did with the cheesecloth here, and the other one I used my nut milk bag. There are yogurt strainers that you can buy, but I didn't want to invest in that until I tried it and found out how they come out before I did that. But I might invest in that. But this works as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the yogurt in this bowl, and then we'll transfer it to containers that we can store in the refrigerator. And I'm doing this extra step because I want to make sure the texture is right, and if I need to mix it up and make sure everything is smooth, then I'll do that before putting it into containers. So I'm going to bring you over here closer so you can see what is going on here. So here we go. Oops. Okay. So this is what we have here. This is what it looks like. And this is the one with the cheesecloth. And then I have this one here also with this is the nut milk bag that I used one. So, and you can see this is the liquid. This is the whey is what they call it, the liquid that comes, and it's vegan. It's whey. It's just a result of the fermentation process. So we're going to use that for the next time we make yogurt. We don't need to buy another yogurt or vegan yogurt starter because we can just use some of this whey. So I'm going to save that, and this can actually be frozen as well. So I'm actually going to put it into some ice cube trays and freeze it. And then that will be ready to go for the next time that I make the yogurt. I'm going to put the yogurt in this bowl. The other reason to use that yogurt, like a special yogurt strainer, is it's going to be easier to, actually that wasn't too difficult to get that out of the cheesecloth. And I don't think I lost much there. I pretty much got most of it, all of it out, just a couple pieces. And then we're going to do the one from here, from our nut milk bag. And that comes out really nicely too. Wow. And yeah, it came out really nicely. I can try and get some of this out a little bit more later, but most of it came out. And now let's check out this texture. Wow. That's literally like a Greek yogurt style texture. It's actually pretty thick. I did let it go for 48 hours, so that's actually really thick texture. I'm going to stir it a little bit because it looks like it's not the smoothest that it could be. So I'm just going to see if I can use a whisk and smooth that out a little bit more. I'm sure you could put this in a blender also. See how it's not completely smooth. Oops. Getting that everywhere. Actually, the spoon might make more sense. It's not 100%. Okay, one more. Yeah, I think it might need a blender action here. That's looking better. It looks like frosting. Now this doesn't have any sweetener, it's just the plain yogurt. It doesn't have any flavoring in it. So you can add, at this point, a sweetener. If you wanted to do a sweet yogurt, you could do that. You could leave it plain. You could add some maple syrup, vanilla, however you want to enjoy it. Let's taste it. That's really nice. It tastes better than anything I've bought from the store. It's really good. I did do a test. So I took some of the yogurt out after 16 hours or 12 hours, and I actually prefer the consistency of this one to this one. This one seems more like almost like a creamy cream cheese. I actually might make cream cheese with this now that I'm thinking about it, because it is much more of that. You can see how thick it is. It's like that creamy cream cheese texture. Yeah. And that's what I might be doing with this one, or part of it. I'm going to try making some different things with it. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in some containers. And again, this one, I think I like even better. You can see, it's kind of hard to see that I have it in this thing, but like that compared to that. Yeah, I like it. I like them both. Okay, let's put. So this is about 3 cups. This is the liquid that drained out. Just stir this, make sure the whey is all combined nicely. So it settles at the bottom. So make sure we get all the everything in each one of these. That's about 3 ounces. Yeah, it comes out too. Whoops. Okay, that's pretty, almost all of it. There we go. And now we're going to freeze this, and we'll have that ready for the next time. I hope you'll try this and enjoy it, and let me know in the comments below when you do, or what other questions you have. This might have to be a series of making yogurt, and then we can see all the ways that we can use it in recipes. There's so many different ways we can use it, from vegan yogurt cluster, frozen vegan yogurt clusters, and this yogurt bark, and then we can use it in creamy dressings or dips. Could use it in overnight oats or the chia pudding that I just made. Could use this homemade yogurt in there.